Welcome to Recap King. In this video, we will explain Knuckledust. This movie tells the story of police who discover an elite fight club with 7 underground levels filled with the dead bodies of brawlers from around the world. Only one man is left alive, and they must figure out if he's truly the lone survivor or a vicious mass murderer. What is the mystery hidden in this movie? Let's find out in Knuckledust. Knuckledust begins by showing the scene of a young and beautiful woman named Serena entering the underground fight club headquarters. Inside the arena, the battle was already heated. Alex, the club's top fighter, had already defeated 3 opponents in a row, making his 4th opponent intend to flee. Unfortunately, a sniper watches and prepares to shoot the man if he leaves the arena, so he is forced to fight Alex. Alex gets his 4th win after beating the fighter to death. The scene moves to another room where a fighter named Roy Brody, nicknamed Hard 8, is training before starting the next fight. In the monitoring room, another fighter named Requin was reviewing Hard 8's personal data with his accomplice, TikTok. In Hard 8's personal data, it was found that he had never once killed his opponent in a battle arena. At the same time, the scene changes again, showing 2 other men, Happy and Hot Lips, carrying weapons when knocking on an apartment house. Returning to the underground fight club, a guard, Jeremiah, asks a cleaning service nicknamed Not Now Nigel to clean up the bodies in the battle arena. Meanwhile, Jeremiah himself headed to the 5th floor to meet Serena and then meet Requin. At the meeting, Requin talked about the highly anticipated battle between 2 fighters, Rawbone and Hard 8. The 2 apparently have different views, where Serena makes sure that she only wants Requin's bet money without caring about the outcome of the fight later. Meanwhile, Requin doesn't really care about the bet money, as long as he can take Rawbone out of the club whole and alive because he is his father's fighter. Hearing that, Serena then confirmed that Hard 8 would lose in the 3rd round, even though Requin believed Rawbone would beat him. The time for the fight arrived. Hard 8 headed to the battle arena with cheers from the audience. But Hard 8 didn't go up to the arena and hugged Not Now Nigel first. Apparently this was done by Hard 8 to secretly take the weapons owned by the cleaning service. When Hard 8 had gone up to the arena, Serena came to him to ask him to lose this fight. She threatens Hard 8 by showing a photo of Hot Lips and Happy, apparently in front of his house and preparing to kill his wife, Chrissy. After Serena left, Rawbone entered the arena. Rawbone is a fighter with a tall and big body and a scary face. His body is full of tattoos, and on his chest, he has the names of the fighters he defeated. He then mocked and said he had prepared a place in his chest to tattoo Hard 8's name later. But the fight hadn't started yet when Hard 8 suddenly pulled out a gun and shot Rawbone to death. Rawbone's death threw things into chaos. Hard 8 shoots at some of the guards, so Serena orders Happy and Hot Lips to kill Chrissy. At Hard 8's apartment, Happy and Hot Lips disguised themselves as cops to be allowed in. After entering the house, they pointed a gun at Chrissy and killed her. At the underground fight club, Serena prepares to leave and calls her boss to make sure she will arrest Hard 8. Afterward, Serena meets Requin, who is furious at Rawbone's death and threatens to kill Serena if she doesn't return the steak. But Serena was faster. Before Requin could finish his threatening words, Serena had already pulled out a gun and shot Requin. TikTok sees his boss being killed and begs to be Serena's subordinate. Just then, Serena got a call from Hard 8 using Happy's cell phone. Hard 8 says Serena shouldn't have killed Chrissy and threatens to come to her right away. Hard 8's threat seemed enough to alarm Serena because after the call, she ordered Jeremiah to lock all the club doors and prepare a fully armed escort. After that, she called the police to report the murder at the underground fight club. Not long after, 2 police officers named Hopper and Mike arrived at the underground fight club location first. After that, another group of police forces, led by a policewoman named Redmond, came and ordered them to break into the building. Inside the building, a police search found many bodies strewn on every floor of the building. On the 5th floor, Hopper and Mike managed to catch Hard 8 and take him to the police station for questioning. But throughout the interrogation process, Hard 8 chose to remain silent, not giving any information regardless of how hard Hopper and Mike tried to make him speak up. At the police station, a female police superior named Keaton scolds Redmond for acting rashly and conducting an investigation without waiting for orders. Redmond reasoned that the ambush was urgent after they received a report of a murder from a woman named Serena, even though they couldn't find Serena in the underground fight club building. Hard 8 nearly beat up Mike and Hopper in the interrogation room, who kept urging him to talk. Luckily, just at that moment, Keaton walked in and called Hopper and Mike for full details on the incident and Hard 8's identity. Mike said that Hard 8 was still silent even though he saw the military tattoos that had been erased on his body. Keaton then entered the interrogation room and asked about Serena's whereabouts. The scene moves to another room in the police station, where Hopper and Mike check CCTV footage and see Hard 8's murder. The video also shows Serena continuing to provoke Hard 8 to make his actions even more blind. In one of the battle arenas, TikTok appears before Hard 8 and proudly claims to be able to kill him in just 60 seconds. Unfortunately, TikTok's arrogance is not in line with his fighting abilities, so he is easily defeated and killed by Hard 8. Hard 8 then points the gun at a sniper who is already lurking to shoot him if TikTok loses the fight. In the control room of the building, Serena grew even more furious when she saw the last two of her subordinates die at the hands of Hard 8. In the interrogation room, Keaton said they didn't find a single fighter's corpse in the building's battle arena, so she believes Serena must have collected the bodies to bury them. Hopper was still trying to find out about Hard 8 through his fingerprints in another examination room. Hopper finally manages to hack into the military database and finds the profile of Hard 8, who, as he suspected, is a soldier. Shortly after, Colonel Vaughn called to tell them they were going to the police station to pick up Hard 8. Meanwhile, in the interrogation room, Keaton has received information about Hard 8's identity and is trying to offer a job to help the police catch Serena. Keaton knew that Colonel Vaughn of the military would be coming to pick up Hard 8. Hard 8 told Keaton about a military experience where Colonel Vaughn used his subordinate named Benzie for public propaganda. Colonel Vaughn ordered Benzie to walk alone, unarmed in the enemy, to show the public about the enemy's cruelty. Hard 8 refuses Colonel Vaughn's orders, which could seriously jeopardize Benzie's safety. For that, Colonel Vaughn tried another propaganda method by telling Benzie to play ball with local children. Benzie was compelled to comply with the request because Colonel Vaughn said he had direct orders from Hard 8, then still using the Roy name. As expected by Hard 8, while playing ball, Benzie was shot and killed by the enemy. In the investigation room, Hopper and Redmond are still watching CCTV footage from the club, showing how Hard 8's actions killed the guards and Serena's men. Serena, who was also watching CCTV from inside the building, started to worry because Hard 8's prowess defeated Jeremiah's guards, who were known to be tough. The scene switches to the interrogation room, where Keaton tells the story of her son who died in the Afghan war. The death of her son made her determined to help military veterans. Back to the CCTV footage that Hopper was watching. This time, Not Now Nigel was seen preparing to fight Hard 8. Unfortunately, Hopper and Redmond haven't finished watching the CCTV footage. Hopper accidentally presses a button which makes the video file disappear. On the other hand, Mike is conducting an investigation in the underground fight club building when he meets a woman named Helen in a medical suite, which gives him a camera containing photos of Chrissy's body. Mike then sent the photo to Redmond, who passed it on to Keaton without waiting long. But there was a misunderstanding because Keaton actually accused Hard 8 of killing Chrissy, his own wife. Hard 8 denied the accusations and was immediately angry with Keaton. Luckily, before Hard 8 really let go again, Redmond brandished a gun to stop him. Hard 8 fell to the ground and vented his regret over Chrissy's death. He said if he had followed Serena's request to lose to Rawbone, maybe Chrissy would still be alive right now. After that, Hard 8 started to tell him everything, starting from his first meeting with Serena. After leaving the military, Hard 8 becomes unemployed and is forced to become a fighter under Serena. Serena introduces him to another fighter named Alex at the meeting, who is apparently a deaf person. Alex and Hard 8 became close because he could speak sign language. At that time, Hard 8 made it clear that he would not kill on the battlefield, and Serena said she didn't care as long as he won. Even so, Serena convinced Hard 8 not to worry because the underground fighting club was not touched by the police because she had the backing of the top brass in the police. Hearing Hard 8's story about it, Keaton said confidently that no one in her unit was backing the club and Serena. The scene returns to Mike in the clubhouse. While in the elevator, Mike noticed a secret passage on the third floor and went inside. In the interrogation room, Hard 8 again told Keaton. This time it's about a son and a poor butcher's father who sells human corpses at an elite steakhouse. One day the father was killed while his son managed to escape, and a few years later took revenge. The story made Keaton curious and asked if there was a connection with the Fight Club case. Hard 8 did not answer, but only said that the son continued his father's business as a butcher selling human flesh after getting revenge. In another investigation room, Hopper manages to restore CCTV footage and watches Serena assign Alex and Jeremiah to kill Hard 8, who was in the elevator at the time. Alex and Hard 8 finally meet and fight, but before the fight took place, Hard 8 told Alex in sign language that he had never seen him as an enemy. On the other hand, Jeremiah and his men were preparing to attack when Alex pulled Hard 8's body, which lay helpless. Hard 8 got up and shot them all with Alex's help when they were caught off guard. Jeremiah manages to point a gun at Hard 8, but Alex throws himself in front of the weapon to save him. Alex's death makes Hard 8 so furious that he chases after Jeremiah and manages to knock him out with a shot in the shoulder. Jeremiah manages to escape to the control room, where he meets Not Now Nigel, who is angry at his attitude and low appreciation for him. While they were fighting, Hard 8 appeared and asked them to look under the table. Apparently Hard 8 had put a bomb under the table which exploded instantly, killing Jeremiah and Not Now Nigel. Hard 8 continued searching the building and found Serena. But surprisingly, when they met, Hard 8 didn't kill Serena but they had sex instead. Apparently Serena reminded Hard 8 of Chrissy, especially since he knew that Serena actually secretly liked him despite pressure from her boss. To Keaton, Hard 8, who recounted the incident, said he could not reveal who Serena's boss really was. Keaton then explained that Serena had reported the murder incident at the Fight Club building to the police. Then Keaton urged Hard 8 to tell her everything because they only had 5 minutes left before Colonel Vaughn arrived and took him. Outside, Colonel Vaughn had arrived and Redmond greeted him. While in the investigation room, Hopper hid the CCTV footage and quietly left the room. The scene returns to the building, where Mike walks down a hidden hallway on the 3rd floor until he finds a room with many people confined. On the other hand, Hard 8 finally tells Keaton that Serena is hiding at home. Just then, Colonel Vaughn entered the interrogation room and removed Keaton from her post for interrogating military soldiers without permission. After that, Colonel Vaughn took Hard 8 away. Keaton realizes her position can't just be officially revoked and goes to see Redmond to order the case down to the roots. Then Redmond looks for Hopper, who has secretly left to ask for CCTV footage. Without wasting time, Keaton went to Hard 8's apartment but did not find Serena. There was only a Jeremian's female subordinate who had previously been held hostage by Hard 8. After Keaton shot the woman, Hard 8 suddenly appeared and showed the hidden camera in the woman's stomach. In this scene it is revealed that Keaton is actually Serena's boss, who runs her underground fighting club business. Keaton's position as police chief made it easy for her to protect the business. After the chaos at the club, Keaton tries to find out where Serena is and intends to kill her to eliminate evidence of her involvement. Hard 8 then revealed why he joined the Fight Club, which apparently wasn't because of money. He intends to avenge the death of Ben, his younger brother who was one of the fighter victims of Rawbone. It is also revealed that the woman named Helen, whom Mike met in the previous building, is Chrissy, Hard 8's wife, who is actually still alive. Apparently when Hot Lips and Happy were about to kill Chrissy, Colonel Vaughn was already in the apartment and killed them both. Even so, Colonel Vaughn took a photo of Chrissy pretending to be dead. Hard 8 orchestrates a neat revenge attempt with the help of Colonel Vaughn to capture Keaton. The chaos in the building was done on purpose. Even the one who reported the murder was not Serena, but himself. Meanwhile, Hopper is a subordinate of Hard 8 and Colonel Vaughn who is assigned to secure CCTV footage. Keaton then realized that the story about the father and son of a butcher told by Hard 8 reflected her life, where her father was a war criminal. Keaton had heard enough of Hard 8's explanation and intended to kill him. But from behind, Chrissy was waiting and shot her with a dope bullet. Keaton was eventually arrested and sent to prison, while Serena was released for cooperating with the police. Knuckledust closes with a scene where Hard 8 returns to use the name Roy speaking to Colonel Vaughn. He decides to return to the military because, for him, the hunt for revenge for his younger brother, Ben, is not over. The moral of this film is that revenge will never run out, and you shouldn't have to run an underground fight club business.